Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dying Light 2. I would guess we could say, most anticipated game of the year so far, at least for me, at least one of them. So basically, I just kind of wanted to load up the game, run around a little bit, and just kind of talk about my first impression slash kind of review. I don't really like to give a score or anything like that. I want you to form your own opinion. So basically, I'm just going to ask and answer one question. Is Dying Light 2 any good? So I'm just going to run around. I'm just going to play the games. I'm going to try to avoid spoilers. And I'm just going to kind of talk on some key points. I'm going to talk about like the graphics, the gameplay, the story, and then obviously the things that I don't like so much about the game. So yeah, let's get started. I guess graphical wise, it's pretty good. It was good in the last game. It's better this game, obviously. Basically, one thing to note is if you like the last Dying Light at all, then you'll probably enjoy this one.
Not you, the bee.
Just calm down.
And sorry, I got distracted by those whatever the hell that was. That happens from time to time. But yeah, so basically, if you like the last Dying Light, you will enjoy this one. It's the same but different. So graphical wise, like I said, I do see like perfect examples, some of these lighting errors or these little texture glitches, but it's very rare, very minimal, and it only like happens like once in a while. It's doesn't happen all the time. And as you can see, I have a mid-tier PC and I'm running about 40 to 50 FPS on medium settings. So it's all right for what it is. It's well optimized. Like, I'm not lagging and I don't feel the 40 FPS necessarily. So for me, it's good. I think anything lower than my PC, I probably would start to have problems. But then again, I guess it is a next-gen game. If we look at other consoles, I'm on PC, but if you look at like PS4 and the last generation Xbox, I think it was running at something like 860p, something like that, something weird. So and obviously, if you have a lower end console, you're gonna pay the consequences in that regard. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna baseball those morons out of the way. Oh, thanks for your help the last second, sir. Very useful. Anyways, so yeah, overall performance, it's not. It's not bad, at least for my current specs, and I'm pretty sure PS5 and the newest gen Xbox is completely fine as well. But I'm pretty sure that it felt like I don't know. I won't play it, so my opinion, take it with a grain of salt. But I can tell you for sure on PC with like a mid-tier medium graphics, I have no issue. Let's move on to the story. Honestly, I don't know if it's just me. But when it comes to the story, I don't find myself as invested in the last game. I find myself sipping a lot of dialogue. I find there to be a lot of dialogue. I mean, if you're somebody who likes that, then more power to you. You'll enjoy. There's quite a lot of side quest dialogue and different things where now you can choose what you say instead of just having kind of like a script all the time. So if you're somebody who enjoys dialogue, like RPG kind of esque thing, then you'll definitely enjoy that aspect of it. But as for me, I just find I find it less interesting. It could be that the game lost its surprise. Like, I know what's going to happen at night, and I know it's because it's kind of the same thing, right? And while we're on the subject, we'll move quickly on to gameplay, but I really don't want this video to be too long. I don't want to talk your ear off for too long. But as you just saw there, I just clobbered 2 bandits. So I feel like they've kind of reformed the way that you... I would say reformed, but slightly reformed the way that you fight actual humans. The humans, you won't see it here because I am quite far into the game. And so I do kind of tend to one-shot things, but early on you kind of notice yourself having to dodge more and block more than you would have to in the last game. And I think, basically to me, it seems like they focus a lot on the human fighting side of things and kind of just left the zombies fighting where it is. I'm not sure there's a whole lot else they could have done, so I can't really fault them for that. It would have been nice maybe to see something a bit more creative in terms of the zombies. Although they do, a side note is they do come a lot, like they do have like this now the stealth function where if I enter a dark building, and maybe I'll find one, maybe I won't, the zombies are kind of like not aggroed. They're kind of sleeping, and then if you make a lot of noise, then you can get them aggroed and stuff like that. But I still, like, if you once you reach like a certain power level, I feel like even that's not a threat anymore. You also get these random world events where these thieves, in this case it's a bandit, he's stolen something, so now we're gonna have to go smash his face in. Excuse me, sir. You're gonna have to spin your jaw really fast. I think I have a throwing knife, so this should be quick work for this guy. Hello, sir. Where you going, mate? Come here. Hello. And as you see, there was a sleeping zombie there that we could take out really quick, which I'll do. Just like that. And then you get trophies, and the trophies contribute to, you know, upgrade stuff like that for your crafting recipes and all that stuff. So yeah, overall, I'm having a blast with the parkour. It's so much more fluent, and the amount of upgrades, which I'll show you in a second, that you can get for it is, I think it's well done. I think it makes the free running, which is a big part of the game, like really, really good and really, really fun. Like I can just run around like this for hours. It's kind of like if you want to compare a game like Spider-Man, how you can just swing in the city. This, you could just run in the city for hours. It really is fun to jump off things, to fly off things, to jump incredible gaps. It's super fun. I really, really enjoy that side of it. So let's move to, let's show you some of the skill inventory. So now you have kind of this more RPG focused element where you have a lot, I feel like I have a lot more skills in last game, and I also feel like it gives you a better idea of what each skill does. Last game was kind of just very basic in terms of layout. So now we have, what you have is called inhibitors, and then if you collect 3 inhibitors, you can unlock more skills for one side of the tree or the other. So in this case, in this playthrough, I'm just keeping it balanced. I'm doing 1-to-1. So in this case, I would upgrade my parkour again, like this. And then I could choose, probably unlocked a bunch of these, and then I can choose from any one of these. So I'll choose one that I currently think I could use. I think there was a double jump. Oh, I have it already. Okay, excellent. So I have that already. It allows me to turn 180 degrees. Ledge jump, dash. Let's do bash, because I feel like it gives you, actually I don't have another skill point. So basically, a little bit of a noob moment. Holy moly. Alright, so basically you unlock these. So I unlock the skill tree, and then as you progress, you'll unlock points to spend in those skill trees. So it's kind of like a double layered system here. So basically 3 you choose, you get more skills, and then 1 per side. I'm very close, as you see on the combat side, so I'll get one eventually, and I'll unlock it over here. Let's move on to, like, now there's a new crafting menu, which I find completely, like, the inventory system and the crafting system is completely overhauled and way better. In the last game, if any of you've played it, you know there was a big list of, like, all this stuff that you could, like, a big list of all your recipes, and it would get kind of lost and everything, and same thing with, like, your parts. Here it's very simple. You can craft, you can actually upgrade them in the shops and stuff like that back at the hub areas. And you have the same thing with accessories, and same thing with if you go into the inventory. As you can see, it's way better laid out. You kind of have an idea of like what the weapon you want to use looks like. If you click, you can go into that specific sub menu and then choose and compare weapons there. I find this so much better. And then obviously they added gear now, so with the default skin applied, you can actually see the change to the gear. I think if you have like a skin or one of the DLC things you won't see the change, so I kept the default skin because I kind of want to see my character change as the gear gets stronger. As you can see here, look, they wear that stupid hat or these dumb goggles or this bee mask, which seems cool to me, so I put it on. Obviously, I'm not going for look here. I'm going for optimized brawler. So they have different classes. So you have medic, brawler, tank, and I believe archer. And all these contribute to different types of play styles as well. So different types of classes depending on build. You can have a mixed build if you want to. You could have more archer up here, and then I really like you can diversify your playstyle, and you can change it on the fly, I feel like, because the skills don't really, you're not really applying a skill to a specific class. It's more the gear that does that, so you could really switch on the fly. So I really enjoyed that point too. Moving on to quests. Quests, I feel they didn't really change too much. They kind of made it look better. They made it nicer. And it's not that much of a big difference, but it's better. Honestly, I'd say it's better. So let's show, before we end it, I just want to show off some nighttime gameplay. So let me make a maca, and I'll talk a little bit more about whatever. I'll talk a little bit more about nighttime while we head to nighttime. Where can I sleep at? So basically, there are quests that you have no choice. You have to do them at nighttime, because there's certain areas that if you go in during the daytime, all the virals and the big infected, baddies are in there. So doing them at night, the baddies are out in the street because it's at nighttime, and they're allowed to be out in the street. And you'll see once I change it tonight, in this game, it actually makes you have to manage your infection a lot more. So basically, we're all infected. We have these biomarkers, and at nighttime, hence the dying light, your infection kind of goes into overdrive, and you can be more susceptible in the dark. So you have to have inhalers. If you could see right where my med kit is changed, so you can have the mushrooms, you can have this inhaler, which will kind of suppress the infection, so that way I can stay out in the dark for longer without turning, or I think basically you just die. So, but we'll change it to nighttime, and I'll just show you some things that we can see in nighttime. I will mention, and I've also seen a lot of different opinions on this. The nighttime gameplay isn't as scary as it used to be, I guess. But again, that could just be because it's the same concept again, so the surprise factor is gone. At least that's what I feel. I feel less threatened. And I feel like there's less virals out in the nighttime as well for some reason. Maybe it's because we're playing in the first area still. It really could be because of that, so we'll see. But I don't want to, again, I didn't want to spoil too much of the game, so I decided just to wait and play a lot of the game and then come back to the first area to just kind of run around and check it out for y'all and speak. So I believe that they are stronger at night, all the infected. And then basically, if you see that little sun, that little purple sun thing, it's basically the UV area. So instead of giving you an actual UV flashlight, now when you're getting chased, you're gonna have these markers marked, right? And then you just run to them, and then basically the chase ends, because the zombies, same standard thing, the zombies will burn if they come into this area. They come into the holy light, basically. They burn and perish. So yeah, see what I mean by the nighttime stuff. I don't know if it's a difficulty setting, but that's a bolter there. That's a howler. So basically, if the howler sees you, which I will demonstrate, we'll see if I can get him to see me. Maybe I'll kill him too. But he'll kind of, I thought we were pointing at him. That's useful. So he'll do that, which will cause all of this pandemonium, basically. And then we're just gonna hightail it, and hopefully do this flawlessly and not die. So then we basically just start a chase, and it goes like a wanted level, kind of. I believe they had this in the last game, kind of like GTA style. Right now I believe I'm at a 1-star if we're going to GTA metrics. So I'll run away as these, which are where exactly, I'm not sure where they are. Oh, there's one. They're quite clumsy still. They don't really know what they're doing. So the chase ended. I wasn't really in the area, but basically because that one chaser died, it ended. So I can't say that the chasers are smart, but they're there. So yeah, basically it's just that, and you can see I have 6 minutes 55 seconds, and then I can take an inhaler here. I can inhale that, and it fills the circle up again. You have as well, I want to mention, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but there's a lot of stuff to get to in a short amount of time. So you also have these weapon mods that I'm quite fond of. And I think the newest one is probably Fling. And to be honest, it's my favorite and the only one I love to use. Because the fire I've seen, the electricity I've seen, they're cool, they're effective. But the Fling, you know, you just can't beat a Fling mod, okay? Like, here, let me... you know what, I'm close enough. Let me hit this. You probably have seen it with me hitting zombies throughout the video here. But it's equivalent Fling. So when I crit... Okay, so now we're seeing a glitch here, but when I crit like that, they kind of, you know, go into a different dimension there. Okay, for some reason he's not getting aggroed. And he doesn't give a shit. So, which brings me on to my next point of the game. There are some glitches. That's kind of inevitable. I feel like you can't avoid the glitches. I feel like... But then again, some of the glitches in the game... I feel like if you're going to delay a game, they shouldn't be there. Kind of like that one where the AI just doesn't trigger. That happens quite a bit. That's happened. There's been like one quest where it was almost game breaking, where I couldn't even I couldn't progress because the NPC that I was supposed to kill got stuck behind a door, and I had to like pick away at the little piece of his foot that was coming through the door just to be able to actually progress, because there's no save at the moment of recording. There's no save feature to like go back and start from like a last checkpoint. So that was an issue I had with it, and I found, like I said, I guess you can count it as a drawback, the fact that I don't find the story interesting, the fact that I find it lackluster, but I like the gameplay. That's kind of what saves it to me. Now the biggest thing for me, the biggest drawback for me of this game was the fact that I can play co-op. That's still there. And to me, the co-op in this game was a huge selling point, because obviously I want to go, you know, you want to join your friends, you want to parkour, you want to, you know, jump off things and stuff like that. You want to kill zombies with your friends. And that's all fun. That's all there. The problem is, if my friend joins my game, you know, we're at the same. So say we start a brand new game together. He joins my lobby. I will get the progression, but he will not keep any progression at all. He'll keep his weapons and his XP, but not the story progression. So, to me, and I don't know if anybody else shares this opinion, it could just be something that really bothers me. But to me, that sucks. That almost makes it pointless, because I always want to play, like, if it's a co-op game, I'm usually going to play with a few friends, you know? So them not keeping the progression makes it pointless for them to play in some aspects, unless they're going to get ahead of you. But if you all want to play at the same time and do the same things, as I start a chase here, bear with me, then it sucks, because obviously you can't always expect people to wait for you, and you know, stuff like that. So it takes away from the point of the game for me, you know. So that's honestly my biggest problem. And I hope that they fix it. I hope that they realize, because it was in the last game. So and it wasn't breaking anything in the last game. So I don't see why they would take it away in this game. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. As this little moron burns because of the grand light here. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, the fact that they would do that. It sucks. It really bothers me. I hate it. I really hate it. And a few of my friends have experienced different kinds of glitches. Some where, you know, they would have to restart the game for the quest to update. They complete one side of the quest, and then they have to restart the game for it to actually update and give them the next part of it. Stuff like that. You know, the game is still being patched, but it just sucks because this game was delayed once or twice. So it should, you'd think by then they would have bought themselves enough time to, you know, fix all those little gray glitches out and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I guess they need even more time, and maybe there's just some things you can only know when you have a mass player base kind of reporting bugs left and right. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you to wait for a sale. I'm not going to, you know, the game, you know, to answer to the question of the video, the game, at the beginning of the video, the game is good. The game is very good. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it so far. I think I'll probably play it till completion. I don't know if I'll come back for DLC. It's going to depend what it is. And it's also going to depend how long it takes me to complete the main game. But with that being said, that should be it. I'm going to continue playing the main game on twitch.tv/storm_418. If you want to check it out, come say hi. Come let me know what you think of the game. And if you want to see more in-depth gameplay, more spoilerish gameplay, I don't hide anything on stream. So you can come over, you can say hi, you can say you came from YouTube. And, we're trying to grow a nice community of people who like different types of games. I stream everything on there. So you can come join me, come say hi, come say what's up, and you let me know what you think about the review, and let me know what you think overall of the game. I'm actually very interested. And smash a like so that it could help me out, help me get a couple more eyeballs, and let me know what you think in the comments as well. I'd love to hear your opinions. So yeah, with that being said, have a great one. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.